Resilience born from real life. The idea that the 1960s and 70s accidentally produced one of the most emotionally durable generations isn't about glorifying the past or criticizing modern parenting. It's about understanding how environments shape resilience. During that time, many children grew up with what psychologists often call benign neglect. This doesn't mean they were unloved or ignored in a harmful way. Rather, they were given more freedom, less supervision, and fewer structured activities. They spent long hours outdoors, solved their own conflicts, and learned to navigate uncertainty without constant adult intervention. And in that space, sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes risky, they developed something powerful: emotional durability. Resilience is built, not given. When a child has to figure things out on their own, they begin to trust their ability to handle life. Imagine a child in the 1970s who gets into an argument with a friend. There's no parent stepping in immediately, no instant messaging to escalate the issue. They have to sit with the discomfort, think it through, and eventually resolve it face to face. That process builds emotional regulation, conflict resolution skills, patience, and perspective. Compare that to today, where problems are often quickly managed or prevented. While this creates safety and comfort, it can sometimes limit opportunities to practice resilience. Problem-solving through experience. Children of that era often had to entertain themselves. No smartphones, no constant digital stimulation. If they were bored, they had to create something: games, stories, adventures. For example, a group of kids might build a treehouse with no instructions, learning trial and error. A child might get lost on their bike ride and have to find their way home. They might fail at something repeatedly without immediate reassurance. Each of these moments quietly says, "You can handle this." Over time, that belief becomes internal strength. Emotional calluses. Just like physical calluses form when skin is repeatedly exposed to friction, emotional calluses form when we face small challenges regularly. These aren't signs of hardness or lack of feeling, they are signs of adaptation. For instance, being left out of a game teaches coping with rejection. Facing boredom teaches creativity. Making mistakes without immediate correction teaches accountability. These experiences don't break a person, they prepare them. The modern balance. Today, we live in a world that prioritizes safety, awareness, and emotional support, and that's a good thing. But comfort can sometimes remove the very struggles that help us grow. If everything is smoothed out, children may not get enough chances to tolerate frustration, solve problems independently, recover from failure. The lesson here isn't to go backward, but to intentionally reintroduce challenge. What we can learn from this: we don't need neglect to build resilience, we need space. Let children struggle a little before stepping in. Allow boredom instead of filling every moment. Encourage independence, even when it's messy. Normalize failure as part of growth. For example, instead of immediately solving a child's problem, you might say, "What do you think you can try first?" That small shift transforms discomfort into growth. Final thought. Emotional strength doesn't come from a life without difficulty, it comes from a life where difficulty is faced, processed, and overcome. The generations of the 60s and 70s didn't become resilient because life was easier. They became resilient because they had to engage with life directly, without constant buffering. And that's something we can still cultivate today, not by removing care, but by allowing courage to grow alongside it.